The gardener's son Ronaldo, Ronaldo's life story. Footage of Madeira, Portugal. Scenic shots of Funchal. Small streets, modest homes. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born on February 5, 1985 in Funchal on the Portuguese island of Madeira. The youngest of 4 children, Cristiano was born into a working-class family. His mother, Maria Dolores, was a cook and cleaner. His father, José Dinis Aveiro, worked as a municipal gardener and part-time kitman at a local football club. They lived in a small tin-roofed home in the São Pedro parish. Money was tight. Food was often scarce. But what the family lacked in wealth, they made up for in love and resilience. We didn't have much. But Cristiano always had energy. Always had a ball. He would sleep with it. Kick it against the walls. We knew he was special. Narrator Vio. From an early age, Ronaldo's obsession with football was obvious. At just 7 years old, he joined Andorinha, a small local club where his father worked. He was skinny but fast. Determined. Always the last to leave the pitch. Even at that young age, Cristiano's raw talent shone through. But so did his stubbornness, his discipline, and his famous desire to be the best. At just 12 years old, Cristiano made a decision that would change his life forever. He left his family and moved 600 miles to Lisbon to join Sporting CP's youth academy. Alone. No parents. No siblings. Just a dream. It was the hardest time of my life. I cried every day. I missed my mother. But I knew why I was there. The other kids mocked his accent, his clothes, his background. But he didn't give up. He trained harder. Ran faster. Kicked stronger. By 16, he was training with Sporting's first team. At 17, he made his professional debut. It was clear. Cristiano Ronaldo was no ordinary player. August 2003. A pre-season friendly. Sporting CP vs Manchester United. Ronaldo dazzled. He tore United's defense apart. On the flight back to England, the United players had one message for their manager. We said, "You have to sign this kid. He's unreal." Sir Alex Ferguson agreed. Within a week, a deal was done. Cristiano Ronaldo became the first Portuguese player to sign for Manchester United. He was just 18. Ferguson gave him the legendary number 7 shirt, a number worn by icons like George Best, Eric Cantona, and David Beckham. The pressure was immense. But Cristiano was fearless. He was raw. But he had the hunger. The work ethic. He listened. He trained like no one else. Of Ronaldo's first goals, stepovers, free kicks. Over the next 6 years, Cristiano transformed. He developed his body, improved his game, and became one of the best players in the world. By 2008, he had won the Premier League, the Champions League, and his first Ballon d'Or. But he wasn't finished. In 2009, Cristiano made history again. Real Madrid signed him for a then world record €94 million. He arrived to 80,000 screaming fans at the Santiago Bernabéu. "This is my dream. I want to be a legend at this club." And he delivered. Over the next 9 years, Ronaldo shattered records. 451 goals in 438 games. 4 Champions League titles. For more Ballon d'Or trophies. Countless match-winning moments. Cristiano is a machine. The greatest professional I've ever seen. His obsession with perfection became legendary. While others rested, he trained. When others celebrated, he recovered. He invested in his body like it was a sacred temple. But despite all the club's success, there was one thing missing. International glory. Ronaldo had always carried Portugal on his back. From his teenage debut to heartbreaking World Cup exits, he never gave up. In 2016 at the European Championship, it finally happened. In the final against France, Ronaldo was injured in the first half. But he didn't quit. Look at Ronaldo. He's coaching from the sidelines. He's inspiring his teammates. Portugal won 1-0. Their first ever major trophy. And even without finishing the match, Ronaldo was their undisputed leader. After leaving Madrid, Cristiano joined Juventus in 2018, winning titles and continuing to score at an elite level. Then, in a surprise twist, he returned to Manchester United in 2021. By 2022, he made another bold move, signing with Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, taking football to new corners of the world. Off the pitch, Cristiano became a global icon, a fashion brand, a fitness inspiration, a father, a philanthropist, a role model to millions. But at his core, he remained the same. The kid from Madeira who never stopped believing. Talent without work is nothing. I always wanted to be the best. I still do. Cristiano Ronaldo's story is not just about goals and trophies. It's about rising above poverty, about sacrifice, about believing in yourself when the world doubts you. He is more than a footballer. He is a symbol of what is possible when talent meets tireless effort. From the gardener's son to the greatest of all time. If you'd like this script formatted for voiceover, subtitles, or broken down into editable scenes for a production team, let me know. I can provide that too.